Wait, morning already? Seems that way. Alright. Well, I may as well get started with the day. See what's going on. I wonder if anything interesting is happening with Nintendo lately. I should probably check. I am not a morning person. What's this? No! This is awful. Emergency situation! Yep, we're in big trouble, folks. Listen, I didn't want to be the one to break bad news like this, but I'm afraid I have to. You might want to sit down with this one. If you're a big Nintendo fanboy, this is especially important. So, listen. The Wii U and 3DS. Already quite recently we've had to deal with the Nintendo Wii shop shutting down, but now it gets worse. As of April in 2024, all online services for the Wii U and 3DS will be shut down forever. You heard me. They're going to be shut down forever. I'm going to read out the official report to you guys all now. So, already you can tell that I'm not the very first to cover this. A lot of people have already put their own hat in the ring, but yeah. And this here, I'm reading this out from Nintendo's official website, Nintendo of America, so you know this is legit. So, this is the announcement of the discontinuation of online services for Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software. Thank you very much for supporting our products. In early April 2024, online play and other functionality that uses online communication will end for the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software. This also includes online cooperative play, internet rankings, and data distribution. You can find more information about badges for decorating the Nintendo 3DS home menu using Nintendo Badge Arcade here. We will announce a specific end date and time at a later time. Please note that if an event occurs that would make it difficult to continue online services for the Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software, we may have to discontinue services earlier than planned. We sincerely thank players for using the online services of Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software over a long period of time and apologize for any inconvenience. Then it goes on to answer some questions. Will people still be able to play offline? Yes. I mean, I don't see why not. After all, you own the cartridge and or game disc, so of course you'd be able to play offline. Now, will any online services still be available even after the online services end? It will still be possible to use online services for the following software, but that may also end at some point in the future. And the only thing listed right now is Pokemon Bank. So, I guess for you Poke fans who actually transfer in Pokemon from old generations, congratulations, I guess? Are you also wanting online services from software from publishers other than Nintendo? It says that with some exceptions, the services will end for all Nintendo 3DS and Wii U software, so... I mean, I guess maybe some obscure games somewhere might still be online, but for the most part, they're just gone. Will it still be possible to download update data or purchase software? Well, yes. For the foreseeable future, it'll still be possible to download update data and re-download purchased software and downloadable content from the Nintendo eShop. So if you spent a lot of money on the Nintendo eShop before it shut down and say you have to delete something for some reason and re-download it later, at least for the time being you can, but eventually that might end at some point, so I'd still advise that you are on caution on that one. Now, the last important part is when online services end, will Street Pass and Spot Pass no longer be available either? Street Pass uses local communication between the Nintendo 3DS family systems, meaning that it will still be available even after the online services end. However, because Spot Pass uses online communication, Spot Pass features will no longer be available. For instance, you'll be able to use Street Pass in Street Pass Me Plaza, which is pre-installed on the Nintendo 3DS family of systems, but you will no longer be able to use any features that use online communication, such as receiving brand new panels in Puzzle Swap. What I assume they mean is receiving the panels from Puzzle Swap by using play coins. Almost there. So, yeah. And yeah, it does get worse, because as for the Nintendo Badge Arcade, to those Nintendo Badge Arcade users and those who decorate their Nintendo 3DS home menu with badges, in conjunction with the discontinuation of online services for Nintendo 3DS software, service for all features of the Nintendo Badge Arcade will also end. Prior to the end of services in early April 2024, please look at the points below. After the service ends, Nintendo Badge Arcade will display an error screen when launched. If the Nintendo Badge Arcade is launched after the service ends, an error screen will be displayed and it will not be possible to use the software. As a result, the practice catcher will no longer be available. It will also no longer be possible to place badges in the badge box. Once the service ends, badges obtained in the Nintendo Badge Arcade will continue to be available for decorating the Nintendo 3DS home menu. However, it will no longer be possible to place badges in the badge box, meaning that users will only have access to a maximum of 100 categories and 1,000 badges that are in the badge box. We recommend that users finish placing badges before the end of services for the software. Please note that badge data for decorating the home menu will be saved as additional data to the SD card. If data is lost due to the SD card malfunctioning or for some other reason, it will not be possible to restore badge data after the end of services in early April 2024. Therefore, we also recommend that users back up their SD card in preparation against unlikely events. You can prepare multiple SD cards and save different data to each of them, but you cannot combine data from multiple SD cards into a single one later. We sincerely thank Nintendo Badge Arcade users for supporting the software for so long and apologize for any inconvenience. Yep. And this is the beginning of the end. Okay, so the Wii U and 3DS eShop, sorry, not the eShop, the Wii U and 3DS online services shutting down. Oh boy, is it going to be a mess. So, starting things off on the Wii U side of things, because, well, 7 million people bought it, so it's not really that big. Well, actually, no, it was 17 million. 17 million people bought the Wii U. So, it's less of a hit on that end, though it still is somewhat bad. Obviously, the big parts are the likes of Mario Kart 8, as well as things like Pokémon Tournament and Splatoon. Yeah, they're all going to be gone. Any online communities these games had, Smash for Wii U and 3DS, Mario Kart 8, they're just gonna be gone. If you're a purist for those games in their classic form, I mean, you can still play them offline, but after April, you just can't play them online anymore. So yeah, that is miserable. The biggest hit the Wii U will take, though, is of course Splatoon. And like, is it really any surprise to anyone at this point? Splatoon 1 was probably the most popular game on the Wii U, save for maybe Nintendo Land. So, naturally, if you're a purist for Splatoon 1, this means that this is really bad news. And like, yeah, this isn't exactly fun news to hear, especially since we just got the online services back for that game in August 3rd of 2023. After the services have been shut down in March of 2023 due to hackers. And speaking of hackers, I do get that this situation probably has been on Nintendo's minds for a while now, since they have been having problems with online play in their games, at least for the Wii U and 3DS, for a good while now, to the point where not only Splatoon, but also Mario Kart 8, and I think Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS all got shut down for a period of time. Mario Kart and Smash came back rather quickly, but Splatoon took a while to recover and they finally fixed it. Only for the game to now be shut down less than a year later. So yeah, I don't think there's anything we can do about this, but I mean, if you actually have Splatoon 1 and want to relive the memories of that game before things just completely go poof, say you want to enjoy the Inkzooka again, or the Ink Strike, or any of the super overpowered specials in Splatoon 1 in the days before things just got really awful kits, play the game now while you still have the chance. If you're a YouTuber who actually does return to Splatoon 1 every so often, you know, the likes of AlphaStar716, Vigvillian, or heck, even ProChar, hurry! You don't have long! Other than that, this doesn't just affect the very relatively few people who actually bought a Wii U, though that is still a lot of us, 17 million. It also affects us 3DS users, and oh boy, are there a lot of things that this would affect with us. So we're going to be moving on to the 3DS side of things, explaining just what might get shut down as well. I mean, it's still going to be relatively little, but I'm going to mention them anyways. So, the 3DS. The 3DS does not have the same luxury that the Wii U had, in that most of the games in the Nintendo 3DS were not and cannot be ported over to the Nintendo Switch. And while the Wii U did have a lot of its games ported over to the Nintendo Switch, the 3DS most likely can't, for one simple reason. The Nintendo 3DS has 2 screens. The Nintendo Switch has 1 screen. 2 does not equal 1. That is the end of our math lesson for today. But in all seriousness, yeah, the end of online for the Wii U and 3DS is going to affect the 3DS pretty harshly. And yeah, there are a lot of games that this will affect. If you were planning of playing The Legend of Zelda The Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes online, well, after April, you can't really do that anymore, can you? But this affects so many games that I'm definitely not going to be going into them all, because that'll be wasting my time and yours. But I'll go over at least a few of the big ones. For instance, Steel Diver has already faced issues from this end, because it's already just been shut down for a moment. And if we're being completely honest here, Steel Diver is probably just gonna be gone forever, earlier than all the rest. Simply because, well, Nintendo's probably not going to want to spend all that time and effort fixing the online, just for it to only be running like for a month, for a few days. But then there are also games like Mario Kart 7, which is super popular on the 3DS, and that many people still play online, that's just going to be gone when the online shuts down. And there's no real alternative like there was with Mario Kart 8, because at least with Mario Kart 8, that was ported to the Switch. And then, of course, there's also Animal Crossing New Leaf. Welcome, Amiibo. So that game, if you haven't actually gotten all the town fruits yet, please, do yourself a favor and get them all before the online shuts down. But the other thing is, you won't be able to actually visit other people's towns unless you were in the same room with them and playing via download play or something. Because when it comes to this game, you really can only either play online or via local play. And if you're not playing online, then you have to play locally, so you have to be in the same room as someone else. This means that you cannot visit other people's towns or have them visit you unless you actually know them in real life. And likewise, the same goes for Tortimer Island, in that if you want to go to a public online island, you simply can't after the online disappears. You can still visit Tortimer Island, you just can't play with others unless you're in the same room as someone else. Which again, I mean, it is possible, but you have to know the person. And of course, let's go to the big one, Pokemon. You knew this was coming. So when the online shuts down, this will essentially mean that Pokemon X and Y, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, Pokemon Sun and Moon, and Pokemon Sun and Moon Ultra will all just be gone when it comes to online, which means that all of the online features of these games will just also be gone. What online features are we talking about? Oh, just the likes of Wonder Trading, the global trade system, being able to battle players online, being able to trade Pokemon online via the global trade system or whatever else, the player search system, the friend safari in Pokemon X and Y, the online features in Sun and Moon, and probably a whole slew of others that I've either forgotten about or I'm not aware of right now. Yeah. And this isn't just any small thing either. These are rather prolific games, of which every Nintendo 3DS owner is likely to have at least one of these 8 games, possibly even more. My point being, yeah, the 3DS is going to be heavily affected by this shutdown, and all of these communities attached to these games is just going to disappear in an instant. Kinda sad to think about, really. The Wii U and 3DS, I'll miss them. Like, I still have the systems, and I plan on holding on to them for as long as I possibly can until either the end of time, till the day I die, or until the systems eventually fail. But yeah, it's kind of sad to think about that this truly is the end of an era. Like, over the last 10 years, a lot has changed, hasn't it? But at the end of it all, we've still had these systems, and we were still able to make these memories with them. I guess the point is, you should enjoy these things while you can. You may as well enjoy these modes of entertainment now while you still have them. Because once they're gone, they might be gone forever. It really is sad to think about at times, it really is. And like, I didn't think this would happen so soon, but hackers and the like, they just can't let us have any good things, can they? But that said, there's still, at least foreseeably, maybe at least 3 more months. 6 more months if we actually do get the maximum length of time, but again, this is subject to change. And, yeah. But otherwise, Just just have fun with your Nintendo 3DS and Wii U however you wish, even when the online is shut down. If you've downloaded games from the Nintendo Wii Shop, or if you've kept physical versions of the games that you like to play, just keep playing them. If you like playing a certain game over playing a game on a Nintendo Switch, you don't have to migrate to the Nintendo Switch right away. If you have a Nintendo Switch, you don't have to keep playing it. You can always go back if you want, even when the online shuts down. It's just one of those things, you know? So, at the end of the day, just when it comes to games, it's just a matter of what you want to do and how you want to play. And at the end of the day, this is entertainment. Entertainment is one of the most important things we could have in our entire lives. But yeah. I don't know. I'm having trouble thinking of what else to say other than thank you for just taking the time to listen, you know? I'm not usually the type of person to do news videos like this or anything of the sort, but yeah, I figured this was important enough to share. If you do like this kind of thing, be sure to like and subscribe, I guess, but otherwise, I'll see you on the flip side, I guess. I'll have to get back on working on the video I actually wanted to put out before this just completely railroaded me. But otherwise, see you later, I guess. This is the humble man of many titles signing out. Don't worry, you'll see the hidden one again soon enough. Bye bye now.